Yo guys, welcome back to Sin City Deliveries, and today we're going to talk about expenses for January for the DoorDash challenge. So what I'm going to go over here is going to be how many deliveries I did, how many deliveries I declined, how much cash I earned each day, how many miles I drove per day, how much per mile I was earning for dollar, how much my dash time was, my active time, how long the shifts were each day, how much per hour we made per dash, and our average order, so how much money we were making per delivery on average, how much gas we spent per day, how much food I spent, like money for food to eat each day, and then what the final profits were for the day. We're also gonna go through taxes and everything to see exactly what my final numbers were. I'm gonna go through a quick snapshot here, so if you guys don't like the nitty gritty of numbers, I'm gonna go over this really quick. It should be done within maybe about 1 minute or so. And then I also have every single day logged for the complete stats for the day. So if you guys are more into the numbers and you like that kind of stuff, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the numbers here and show you a little bit more information and statistics for how each day operated for me. I tried to separate the important information here with these little highlights. So I made a total of $3,816.87. The total miles I drove was 2,662.4 miles. I spent a total of $688.99 on gas. I spent for my food $139.97 on fast food and quick eats. The maintenance expense was $41.93. I changed my oil one time through the month. So the total expenses added up all together for the month were $828.96. Now, the important parts here is the mileage write-off and what our business expenses are, and what we get to write off as independent contractors. So as an independent contractor, you can write off 56 cents per mile that you travel right now. So since I did a total of 2,662.4 miles, I can times that by 56 cents, and my business expense for the month to operate this independent contractor job would be $1,490.94 that I subtract from my gross. So if you take 1,490 and minus it from 3,816, you get a total of $2,225.93. So this is my actual taxable income that Uncle Sam can say, hey, I'm going to take a little bit from you. So I live in Nevada, and I only have a federal tax that I have to pay. So I don't have to pay a state tax. The first $10,000 that I make is taxed at 10%. So since I've only made up to $3,800, I can only be taxed at 10% currently on that. So if you take 10% of $2,325.93, that equals $232.60. So what I can do is I can minus my taxes from my taxable income, which is the $23,2593 minus $232.60, and that comes out to $2,093.33. So that is my net income that I actually took home. So if you look at this per dash hours that I was out there, I worked a total of I had the app on for a total of 202 hours and 51 minutes for the month. And that gave us a total of $18.82 on average. Now, I generally don't look at the dash time because there's a lot of time that you're just sitting not doing anything, so I look at the active time. The active time that I was actually doing stuff physically out there for DoorDash was for 137.31 hours. And that comes out to a rate of $27.80 at that point. And even at the low of $18.82, that's still a good rate, not too bad. And per active hour at $27.80, I mean, shit, that's pretty good in itself right there. My average amount per order that I took for all of the deliveries that I actually finished was about $7.97, or $7.90 per order. So I completed a total of 481 deliveries. I declined 1,074 of them. They sent me a total of 1,555 deliveries total for all this. You can see between January 1st and 9th, I made $1,409.29. Between January 10th and 16th, I made $768.55. From January 17th to the 23rd, I pulled in $866.56. And between January 24th and the 31st, I pulled in $772.47. So if you guys have been following me for my DoorDash challenge, a lot of you are going to be disappointed and you're like, well, Richard, you failed. You didn't make $4,000. You suck. Well, I agreed to a limit, but at the same time, I made $3,800, and when I started this challenge, I only had $200, so that's a win in my book. That's the quick snapshot. If you guys want to see the deeper version, it's going to happen right here, and this is what it is. So let's go ahead and jump into the nitty-gritty of every single day. Now, I'm not going to go over every single day with you guys here, but I'm going to let you kind of take a snapshot of this chart. I'm going to teach you how to read it real quick so that you can study and analyze it. So pretty much we start at the top here, Saturday, the first of the month, and it goes down each day, the 1st through the 31st. Okay, so each day I logged on and seen how many orders I declined, how many deliveries I completed, how much money that earned for the day, and how many miles I drove. This gave me an average. By dividing this number into this number, I can get an average per mile that I traveled out there. So for that day, I made about $1.51. I made $1.51 per mile that I traveled. This dash time right here is equivalent to hours and minutes. So I had the app open for 8 hours and 38 minutes. And then this one is equivalent to active time, 7 hours and 11 minutes. You can see that I started my shift at 9:33 a.m. and I turned the app off at 6:11 p.m. If you divide the time, the dash time, into the amount earned, then you can get the per hour dash. So I made $23.97 per hour that day. The average size of each order, approximately by all 24 deliveries that I did, the average is about $8.62 per order. Now, I filled up my gas tank and put $47.81 in it. I also spent some money on food that day, $7.58. So my expenses to operate myself and DoorDash that day was $55.39. So by subtracting my expenses from the cash earned that day, that gives me my profit of $151.50 before tax. Tax is just done at the end. Or if you want, just take 10% off that, which is $15.15. Now, all I did was just repeat that same exact algorithm every single time through each day here. So you can look at the cash earned, the miles driven, the per mile that I got, my dash time, my active time, per hour dash for the day, the average hour or the average order, how much gas I spent. You can see, I'll do averages here. So you can see that I declined a total of 1,074 deliveries, yet I did accept 481 of them and delivered it. That gave us a total of $3,816.87 for the month. I traveled a total of 2,662.4 miles. And that gave me at the very end of the month an average per mile of $1.50 per mile. And that's what I shoot for. I shoot for $1.50 per mile, so I'm happy to see that. Now, per hour dash, so our average money that we were making by turning the app on and then turning the app off, we were making $18.25 per hour by doing that. And that's not looking at the active time, that's just dash time. Our average order across the whole board for the entire month was about $7.90 per order. Gas for the entire month, I spent $688.99 on gas. The food, I spent about $139.97, $828.96 total with the oil change. Now, my miles per day on the average, you can say, was about 121 miles average that I did per day when I went out there. Now, I only worked 18 days out there. I did work a total of, say, 21 total, but I went out there for like 4 days and only may say like worked half days and then came back in. So it wasn't really a full day. And the days that I took off was 8 solid days, but I did take 12 days off. So 8 of those days were 100% not doing anything. And then 4 of those days was going out and door dashing for like 3-4 hours or 2 hours and then coming home. So not too shabby right there. Yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed all of the stats for my January challenge here, where I went out there and I tried to make $4,000 and I fell short, here's the number, I fell short by $183.13. But in my book, that's a win. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out there for February and I'm going to try and do it again. I'm going to try and go make $4,000 and I'm going to go out there with the plan of action. I'm going to record these videos, throw them up on the YouTubes for you guys. And yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to have a party doing this. So really appreciate you guys checking out the videos for the January challenge. And let's move into the February challenges and see if we can go ahead and smash out $4,000 from DoorDash again. All right, guys, I'll see you in the beginning of the February videos. I really appreciate you guys checking out today's video. Take it easy. Peace out.